On today's episode, I'm going to show you how to punch up your color in your images using the linear light blend mode. We're working in Photoshop today. Stay tuned. Hello everyone and welcome to the Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly. Today I want to show you how to punch up the color in your images using the linear light blend mode in Photoshop. It's really simple to do. And today I'll be using 3 different examples just to drive this point home. But let's look at a definition for the linear light blend mode. It burns or dodges the colors by decreasing or increasing the brightness depending on the blend color. If the blend color light source is lighter than 50% gray, the image is lightened by increasing the brightness. If the blend color is darker than 50% gray, the image is darkened by decreasing the brightness. So we got some dodging and burning going on here, and you'll see how the color will really start to pop when we jump into this. Let's jump right in. What we need to do first is create a blank pixel layer above the background layer. So come down to this icon and click that, and that gives you a blank pixel layer. Now we need to change the blend mode from normal to linear light. Now, unlike most blend modes, say for instance multiply, screen, soft light, overlay, they generally work with the opacity slider. But this particular blend mode takes advantage of the fill slider. So the fill slider is the power here. So if you're working with the opacity slider, it's not going to be as effective as the fill slider. So what we need to do is take this fill slider and we're going to drag it way down to around 10%. The next thing we want to do is get a brush tool. I'm just going to type my shortcut B for the brush, and I have a brush tool here. Now I'm going to keep my opacity up at 100% and my flow at 100%. And next, all I have to do is sample the color from the image that I want to intensify. So I'm going to hold the Option or Alt key down and sample this color right here. Now, the cool thing is this is the actual color from the image, so it's staying very accurate to the image. And then I can just start painting, and you see how that color gets intensified? So I'm just going to paint down through here with that particular color. And you don't have to be super accurate here. You'll get a really nice job. And I have a nice soft edge, so it's going to feather real nice. Now I'm going to grab this color, Option or Alt click here, and grab this color down to about here. And let's sample this color right in here and blend it up into there. Down through here. Let's paint it the whole way down into here. Just like that. And now we can sample this color over here, and we can paint into this area right in here. I'll make my brush just a little bit smaller. Let's sample this color, and now we'll paint all this in here. Like so. And I'll even bring it the whole way up into here. Let me sample that right there. Okay. And just blend that up in a little bit like that. And now let's sample over into this area. Get all this color in here. I'm going fast here, and it's going to be a little sloppy, but take your time and get it right. And let's go down into here as well with that color. But check this out. Here is the before and here is the after. This is already dark here, so I'm not going to mess with it. But again, here is the before and here is the after. Now, this is interesting. See, the fill is at 10%. Now, this is the sweet spot for this method that I'm doing here, this technique. So, but we can also increase the amount if we take this fill and move it to the right. And you see how it increases, and we can intensify it. But look what happens if I take it up to 100%. It looks horrible, right? So again, that sweet spot is start at 10. And if you need to, increase it a little bit, you can increase it here. Let's take it up to 15%, which is probably a little too much. But here's the before and here's the after. But I really want you to see how beautiful that is. We can use this opacity slider to do some fine tuning. So we can just pull this back a little bit if we felt we went a little too strong. So it'll be more of a fine-tuning adjustment. So we could take it around 85 maybe. So here's before and here's after. Isn't that cool? But remember, what it's doing is it's dodging and burning as well as amplifying the colors. But any color that is above 50% gray will get lightened, and any color that is below 50% gray will get darker. So that gives that dodging and burning as well as gives you that extra color. So it's a really cool blend mode, the linear light. And by the way, there's the other blend mode above it called Vivid Light. It does the exact same thing as linear light, only it's a little bit weaker. Linear light's a little bit stronger. So I prefer the linear light myself. Let's go ahead and move on to our next example. Now I have this example of this girl here. So let's see how it works on a person. Let's work on her shirt first. Now, I've already made myself a blank pixel layer and put it in the linear light blend mode, and the fill is at 10%. So I'm going to work on this shirt. I'm going to sample this color right in here. So let's go ahead and paint in here. I'm going to go real quick here. Let's paint down through here, right down in here. I'm going to paint on this side. So it's dodging and burning and amplifying the color all at the same time. Even though I went outside the edge there a little bit, it doesn't really hurt anything. So you don't have to be super accurate here. Let's work on her pants. I'm going to option click on the pants here. It'll just burn these pants down a little bit, which will look nice. Add a little extra contrast right in there. I can paint on this shirt if I want to as well. But let's work on the background and then we'll work on the girl last. So let's option click some of this color back in here like an orangey stone. And look at that color just really starts to come out. Isn't that cool? It just really excites me. So again, I may be a little sloppy and miss a little spot, but forgive me for that. It's a tutorial. So there you go. Let's see. I'm just going to go into here a little bit, blend in a little bit. So let's take a look. Here is the before and here is the after. Isn't that cool? Now let's sample her flesh tones here. So let's sample this color right in here. Let me go a little bit smaller on the brush size here. Now I'm going to keep the brush at 100% and see what we get here. Yeah, it looks good. I think I can get away with that 100% there. Just going to paint all around here. I'm going to try to miss her lips. And even on her neck down through here, I'm going to get this as well. So there you go. And let's even do her hair. Let's sample the color in her hair. And look at that. Look at that nice contrast popping up in her hair. Make the brush a little bit smaller and paint down through here. But just like that, here is the before and here is the after. Pretty cool and so simple to do. Now remember, we can take this fill and we can move it up to the right if we want to and increase a little bit. Let's come up to maybe 12. And remember, we always have our opacity to do some fine tuning if we felt we're just a little too strong. So there's 80%. So here's the before and here is the after. So punch up the color with the linear light blend mode. Let's try this technique on one final image. Let's work on these tulips. Let me add a blank pixel layer. Just click right here. Let's change that blend mode from normal to linear light. Let's take the fill down to 10%. 10% right there. And let's go ahead and, again, my opacity is 100%. My flow's at 100%. Got a pretty decent sized brush here. I'm going to option click and sample this color. And look at that beautiful color. I'm going to sample this color here. And the cool thing is you're sampling the actual color from the image itself. You're not using any other color than what the image is or has. So you're keeping it really realistic, which is really excellent here. And let's just go ahead and paint over there. I'm just going to paint that same color here. Now let's sample this color here. Isn't it beautiful? I'll use that same color over here, and this color, I'm going to grab this. It's more of a pinkish salmon-y type color, and let's grab that color right there. All right, that looks really nice. Now we can even get these greens, so let's just sample the green here, and let's just go ahead and paint on these greens. Again, I'm going fast, but take your time and get it right. Make my brush a little smaller and get this leaf right here. Paint down through here. Oh, now I can make my brush bigger. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Let me make it smaller and paint on this here. And again, I'm being really sloppy, but you can't really see any mistakes because I'm sure I'm not real accurate here. But let's take a look. Here is the before and here's the after. Isn't that nice? It's just really beautiful. And again, if we want more, let's take this up some more. And I think I do. How far can I go? You know what? I'm going to go to let's go to 19. Here's 19. Here's the before and here's the after. I'm not going to pull the opacity back, but there you go. Punching up your color with the linear blend mode and using the color from your image and just painting over those colors, and you're getting dodging, you're getting burning, you're getting your colors amplified. Well, there you go, everyone. Punch up your colors in your image with the linear light blend mode. Give this one a try. If you have any comments and questions, please let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this tutorial today, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe, click the bell notification icon. Then every time I upload a new tutorial, you'll be notified about it. I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me today on The Joy of Editing with Dave Kelly, and I'll see you all right here next time. But until then, happy editing.